Welcome to Radio on Fire, home of the Diamond K Show.
Diamond K in the house.
And now for your urban news and entertainment report. Here's your host, Diamond K.
Oh my goodness.
It's the Diamond K Show.
The nation's largest credit union rejected more than half of its black conventional mortgage applications. So this is very, very troubling, and the nation is looking at Navy Federal Credit Union and their reported practices. Of course, they are trying to deny this or try to say that it's a misunderstanding. The widest disparity in mortgage approval rates between white and black borrowers of any major lender. This trend, according to reports, CNN reported this among others, this trend reached new heights last year. So Navy Federal Credit Union, many of you are familiar with that. It lends to military service members and veterans. Approved more than 75% of the white borrowers. Now, they applied for new conventional home purchases in 2022. According to recent data, which is available from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, you can look this up yourself, less than 50% of the black borrowers who applied for the same type of loan were not approved. That is disturbing information. And, I hear black folks talking about this Navy Federal all the time. Many banks also approved white applicants at higher rates than black borrowers. Nearly 29% of this point gap in Navy Federal's approval rates was the widest of any of the 50 lenders that originate most of the mortgage loans that took place last year. This is definitely something that we have to look at, this disparity that remains. The black and the white applicants who had similar incomes and the debt to income ratios. Notably, Navy Federal approved a slightly higher percentage of applicants from white borrowers making less than $62,000 a year than it did of black borrowers making $140,000 or more. So let's say that again. Navy Federal approved a slightly higher percentage of applicants and the applications from white borrowers who were making less than $62K a year than it did of black borrowers who were making twice that, over twice that, $140,000 a year and more. So CNN performed this deep statistical analysis and found that the black applicants to Navy Federal were more than twice as likely to be denied as the white applicants, even when more than a dozen different variables, including income, debt to income ratio, property value, down payment percentage, and neighborhood characteristics were all the same. This is very troubling. And of course, as I said, Navy Federal is denying that it's not right. It's you're reading the data wrong. But we would never do this. That whole thing. As you can expect. Now, this Virginia-based Navy Federal was originally founded in 1933 to serve Navy employees. It is now open to all members of the Armed Forces, Department of Defense personnel, veterans, and their relatives. It has about 13 million members and more than $165 billion in assets. So this is something that they're going to have to clean up. Something that definitely it is a PR nightmare, and something that we're going to continue to follow. You have comments on that at the Diamond K Show of course, on all social media at the Diamond K Show, radioonfire.tv, and if you want to email me, djdiamondk@gmail.com. We have been following this next story. Rudy Giuliani. Some folks held him at one time in high regard, but he has fallen, and he has fallen far. So the jury has ordered Rudy Giuliani to pay $148 million to the election workers that he defamed. He is still defaming these ladies, a mother and daughter. And Giuliani does not have a lot of money left, not a lot to lose. Reputation is in the drain. He's not able to pay a lot of things that he owes. But Ruby Freeman and her daughter Shay Moss, wrongfully accused by Rudy Giuliani of having tried to steal votes from Donald Trump in Georgia, were awarded these damages by federal court in D.C. Now, the trick here is trying to get him to pay. He owes a lot of people. As I said, Giuliani has fallen far, but on Friday, he was ordered to pay $148 million to the two former Georgia election workers who said that he destroyed their reputation with the lies that he told. And these lies were related to them trying to help steal the 2020 election from Donald Trump. So the judge in federal district court on Friday in D.C. had already ruled that Giuliani had defamed the two workers. The jury had been asked to decide only the amount of the damages, and the jury awarded this to Miss Freeman and Miss Moss a combined $75 million in punitive damages. It also ordered Giuliani to pay compensatory damages in the tune of $16.2 million to Miss Freeman and $16.9 million to Miss Moss, as well as $20 million to each of them for emotional suffering. Now, where this money is coming from is not quite clear. They're saying that Giuliani is trying to hide money and all of that. So it will continue. Of course, we know Giuliani helped lead Trump's effort to remain in office after his defeat in 2020. He has endured a string of legal and financial setbacks. He does not have what he used to have. He said that he does not regret a damn thing. Said this outside the courtroom, suggesting that he would appeal and that he stood by his assertions. He's not taking any of this back outside the courtroom. Inside the courtroom is a whole different story. But this guy, his net worth unknown. He refuses to comply with the court-required steps to provide that information. And a attorney familiar with his legal situation said that after the verdict, that Mr. Giuliani was likely to file for bankruptcy protection. But because the damages he owes Ms. Freeman and Ms. Moss are considered intentional tort, bankruptcy is not going to erase the liability. So he can file for it all he wants. But I'm not sure that it's going to be very helpful. He's trying to sell his condo, his house, whatever. He's trying to scrape up money. He owes a lot of folks money. He wasn't even able to pay a phone bill too at one time. So I don't know what's going to happen here. But Giuliani is definitely a piece of crap, and he deserves everything he's getting because he's a liar. because he's a liar. And uh, just the way that he's been moving since he's aligned himself with Trump, even before that, it is very unsavory. And this was at one point, some people called him America's mayor. Now he is just another loser. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, Threads at The Diamond K Show, RadioOnFire.tv. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, DJ Diamond K on YouTube. We post content there daily. And anywhere you get your podcast, just search The Diamond K Show. So this story is disturbing. It is disturbing. Really, really sad about this. Now, according to reports, police say that Chance Comanche and his girlfriend face an open murder charge for the killing of a 23-year-old woman whose remains were found in the desert. Damn. Now, this is an ex-G League player, and he had made one appearance for Portland, but he is in this feeder league, this feeder NBA team. So, and they call it a G League, Kings G League player. So he's facing murder charges and his girlfriend after the death of this young lady. So I don't know how she got mixed up with this pair. But the body remains of this young lady were found, and they were identified. And I mean, I don't want to say he's had a promising career. I mean, I guess his career did have some promise because he was playing for a feeder league. This feeder league. So earlier this month, this open murder charge in the death of Mariana Rogers in Las Vegas happened. So this former player, and as I said, this is a Sacramento's King G League's affiliate. He was arrested by the FBI on Friday, now facing an open murder charge in the connection of the death. He's 27 years old. And after a first-degree kidnapping warrant was reportedly issued in Las Vegas on Friday, he was taken into custody in Sacramento County, California. Then on Sunday, the Las Vegas police said in a statement that Comanche and his girlfriend, Sakira Hardin, were facing an open murder charge in the death of this woman. Now, the case in question reportedly concerns this 23-year-old medical assistant from Washington State. Her loved ones said that she was last seen on December the 6th during a visit to Las Vegas with friends. The Stockton Kings played in Nevada, this G League, on December the 5th, the day before her reported disappearance. Now, Rogers' remains were found in a desert area outside of Las Vegas. According to police, it is unclear what led to her death specifically, though the police said that Rogers and Hardin had a prearranged meeting. The case in question, it is very stunning. So her remains were found in the desert, and the girlfriend is 19, and she was also arrested on the kidnapping charges. Now, her arrest happened 2 days before Comanche was arrested, and the remains she remains in jail. So this is we're going to continue to follow this. The initial criminal complaint reportedly claimed that the girlfriend held or detained Rogers against her will for the purpose of killing her and or inflicting bodily harm. Um, Hardin also faces an unrelated theft charge in a separate case on an allegation of stealing at least one Rolex watch. So she is definitely unsavory. Comanche is reportedly expected in Sacramento County Court on tomorrow, and then he's going to have a preliminary hearing on December the 28th. So he is 6'10", 210 pounds. He's a big guy. Appeared in one NBA game playing for the Portland Trail Blazers last season. 2-year player at Arizona. He went undrafted in 2017 and spent time in this G League. So they have dropped him. Don't want nothing else to do with him. The team that he played for, the Stockton Kings, announced Friday that they had released him, but did so with no additional details. Bad news, bad publicity. This guy and his girlfriend are going down. So definitely thoughts and prayers to the family of the deceased. We're going to continue to follow this story as it unfolds. We'll do this, a quick break, and then we'll be back with more of the show. You listen to the Diamond K Show, RadioOnFire.tv. You want to get in touch with me, djdiamondk at gmail.com. Hit me up on all social media at the Diamond K Show. Now, on YouTube, we're posting mixes. We post clips of the show. We post full episodes of the show and so much more. djdiamondk at gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, many of you remember a few years back when Meek Mill was going through all that he was going through in the Pennsylvania legal system. Well, recently, last week, Pennsylvania Governor Shapiro signed probation reforms, which were inspired by Philly rapper Meek Mill's imprisonment. Now, he has been vocal about that. And 5 years ago, Meek Mill was sent to prison for popping a wheelie on a dirt bike. You remember that. Now, Governor Josh Shapiro signed reforms to Pennsylvania's probation system that advocates say will prevent similar injustices for hundreds of thousands of people. We called a foul on that probation situation. Now, this legislation was passed last Wednesday in the State House and Senate, and it limits when a person serving probation can be sent to prison for a technical violation, such as the infraction that led to the judge sentencing Meek Mill to 2 to 4 years behind bars back in 2017. Of course, Meek Mill very involved in this, and it even became emotional during that. So Meek Mill was obviously an established artist at that time. It called his friend Michael Rubin to go to court with him the day that he was sentenced. And I think that it's definitely a full circle moment. They said that we all learned from Meek's case because it shined a light on the injustices in our probation system, how someone could be sentenced to prison for years for not committing a crime, but for just a technical violation of a long probation. The governor said a bill signing he said this at the bill signing ceremony. So Meek has come so far since then, and I'm glad that one, he was there, he was involved. I'm glad that this reform has taken place because it was definitely overdue. Now, Meek spoke tearfully at times about the decade he spent on probation and in and out of prison, risking violations to visit his son and mother in New Jersey, and just his whole plight. So I'm definitely happy for him, and a lot of folks are. It is Senate Bill 838 that Shapiro signed on Friday, and it creates a presumption that probation terms end after 2 years for misdemeanors and 4 years for felonies, or after half has been served, if that is the shorter amount of time. So shout out to the governor, shout out to Meek Mill and all those working with him on the important work. 5 years after Meek Mill was sent to prison for that popping that wheelie, here we are. Meek is with the governor, Josh Shapiro, signing reforms to the probation system. So advocates are happy, and they said that this is going to prevent further injustices. And hopefully this is just one step in the right direction, one step forward to try to clean some of this stuff up. You are listening to the Diamond K Show, of course, on Fire TV, radio on fire. We are here weekdays, and this is just a weird story out of DC. So police say that a 85-year-old man killed his wife in a fight over pancakes. So this guy stabbed his 81-year-old wife. The guy's name is Steven Swartz, and he told detectives that he loved the woman for 40 years. But for whatever reason, he became so angry with her, so mad at her, that he killed her. And it is a very disturbing thing. So they were in their DC home last weekend. He told a homicide detective that he stabbed her with a carving knife during an argument over whether he should have pancakes for breakfast. This is all according to the affidavit. And he lived with his wife Sharon. They lived in Northwest DC. Now, said that he had lost weight in recent months because of physical and mental disorders, that his wife thought it would be good for him to eat more. So there's definitely some mental things going on here. He indicated that he lost 45 to 50 pounds in the hospital, and that his wife wanted him to get back to 180 pounds. This report says that Swartz told his wife was a bit of a taskmaster, but she was doing it for his benefit. And we've all seen maybe an older guy who's having some health issues, and his wife or a woman in his life is trying to put him on the right track. And sometimes they can be a little heavy-handed, but she loved him and, just wanted the best for him. But according to him, she was a taskmaster. So Sunday morning, when his wife asked him if he was going to have breakfast, according to the affidavit, Swartz replied that he had a quarter of a Krispy Kreme donut the day before, and he indicated that he would try to eat a pancake with not too much syrup, but he changed his mind and argument ensued. The next thing he heard was a plate crashing against the wall. According to the affidavit, he reached and grabbed a carving knife from the holder. Neighbor heard the woman scream in the house, called for help. Police arrived and they found her body near the front door. She had been stabbed once in the back, according to the autopsy. The blade had pierced her heart. Just a sad situation. And police said that Stephen Swartz was clutching a knife and would not let go of it until the officer stunned him with the taser. He was taken to the hospital for what the police said was a self-inflicted stab wound. And Swartz, who said his mental problems include depression, paranoia, but he's charged with second-degree murder. He appeared Thursday in Superior Court and was ordered held pending a January 2nd preliminary hearing. So sad situation there, sad situation. Those who need help often resist that help. And this seems like one of those situations where, a guy is resisting the help from his loved one. Sad story there. So according to TMZ, Darius, McCrary, Eddie Winslow, right? He was arrested last month for failure to pay child support. He's arrested again. So you remember him from Family Matters. His dad had 2 daughters, 1 son. He was booked on November 27th on a felony count of failure to pay child support. And if you go on our social media at the Diamond K shows, folks are just arguing about this. All kind of different takes on McCrary and this debacle. Some people don't think that guys should be locked up for failing to pay child support. A lot of folks are saying, how can you pay the child support if you are incarcerated? I see a lot of women with, the opposite thought. But this actor, this is not the first time. So he knew that this unpaid child support was an issue. As I said, he arrested once again for failing to keep up with these payments. So he was taken into custody back in November because he owed $52,788 as of March the 12th, 2019. So he pled not guilty, but was still asked to pay bond, $13,000 in bond. But he reportedly is still behind bars. He is the father of 2 daughters and a son. So it's just like, he knows that he has to pay, right? This is not a surprise to him or anybody. So what should be the penalty for failing to pay child support? Some guys feel as though they shouldn't even have to pay. And some women want too much damn stuff. Now, some are reporting, I guess it's being reported now, that the actor is being monitored by a GPS device. Now, his reported first arrest was in 2015 for his failure to keep up with child support payments and telling the judge that he wasn't making any money. The former actor stated that he had only made $500 that year and owed the IRS $90,000. So this former actor or current actor, he is just somebody that has been in all kind of trouble over the years, filing restraining orders against girls, and you remember that debacle that happened with was it Sydney Star? You know, but child support is one of those things that children need it, obviously. Men and women have fussed about it and will continue to fuss about it for years and years. So we're going to see what's going on in this story. Hopefully, Darius will get his self together and do something better, something that could be respected, because it just doesn't look good for this guy right now. Does not look good. But Lamborghini has really, they're doing something different, trying something new. And I'm actually happy to report this. So Lamborghini has introduced a 4-day work week for its production workers. They are, at the head of the class here, trailblazing. So they reached this deal with the unions, and this 4-day work week was announced by Lamborghini last week, and the agreement achieves a reduction in working hours without a reduction in wages, while increasing wages. Right? So this is something that potentially other companies and organizations may follow. I know that a lot of folks are excited about it, but it is specifically something for their production workers. So they reached this deal, and the manufacturing groups reconsider the structure of this work week, and I think that others are going to follow suit. Oh, this is a big step here. It's a big step, and the move it comes at a time when companies and public offices are changing how people work. And they want to improve the employees' well-being, their mental health. They also want to promote company savings after rising costs, and of course after the pandemic. Now, similar 4-day work week schemes, proposals have been adopted in European countries. Britain have found that employees work more in less time. The job retention and recruitment has been improved. Sickness levels have gone down with less time in the office. So work less, work better is some of the things that folks are saying about this. Now, as it relates to Lamborghini, this is part of a broader renegotiation of a framework and a contract used for workers of car maker. This is a subsidiary of Volkswagen, which is also including 500 new jobs and increases for the annual wages and further labor benefits. So this is a win for the workers. This is a win for management and ownership. And like I said, I hope that others follow suit with this. Definitely congratulations are in order for rap superstar 50 Cent. He is bringing his media company to Louisiana in a very, very favorable deal from the city of Shreveport. Now, they are going to lease a space to G Unit Film and Television, Inc. for 30 years at the annual rate of $2,400 with an option for an additional 15 years. So 50 Cent has acquired this 70,000 square foot studio, and he's going to use it for his film and production company. That is an amazing rent, $2,400. So the expected renovations are going to be between $170,000 and $190,000. The city expects that this will help revitalize the film industry in the city. So this is a big move for the city of Shreveport, and a big move for the mogul 50 Cent. So the Shreveport City Council agreed to lease what was formerly known as Millennium Studios, and that is going to 50 Cent and his G Unit film and television outfit. The members voted unanimously for that. 50 Cent, of course, took to social media to announce this great achievement. I am happy for him. And he gets on social media and he eggs people on. He talks crazy. He has a lot of jokes. But when it comes down to business, he's making big moves, going to Louisiana, Shreveport, finding a very favorable deal. He just has to do some remodeling to this location. And I'm very happy for him. And I hope that he continues to evolve. And I hope that, more importantly, folks continue to pay attention to his moves and make the good moves their own and apply their own spin to it. You've been listening to the Diamond K Show. Of course, I'll be back here tomorrow on ONFIRE-TV, radioonfire.tv. Anywhere you get your podcast, just search the Diamond K Show. Of course, on YouTube, we need you to subscribe to our channel. We are trying to build up our membership there. I drop DJ mixes there. I drop my music there. Episodes of this show and other shows that are on radioonfire.tv and ONFIRE-TV programs are archives, so much more. New videos posted daily, youtube.com/djdiamondk. You want to get in touch with me for business or booking info, djdiamondk@gmail.com. On all social media, I am at The Diamond K Show. I'll be back here tomorrow, 6 p.m. with another episode of the show. And see you guys later.